Rated M for mature.
Good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for tuning in. We are the Super Barley Brothers. I am Jerry, Twitter at JD_Chef. In our left corner, we have the PlayStation fanboy.
I'm Scott, and you can reach me on Twitter, Flip42FL1D42.
In the right corner, we have the Xbox fanboy.
My name is Ian. I am at Fiend75002 at Twitter.
And always reffing, we have the Brewmaster.
I am John at Phoenix42PH03, NIX42.
Here we go! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to episode 16, recorded Saturday night, 9:20. After we all had a little bit too much to sample today of beer already, so this will be interesting. Ian, what's up? How you doing, buddy?
I'm hungover still from Friday night, and then, going over to your place earlier, we all been drinking, and I'm coming off of that, so I'm kind of hungover. But I got my boys here that are waiting to fix that situation. Too fucking sweet. We'll talk about those in a minute. But other than that, I'm doing all right. Been playing a lot of Destiny. Yeah.
We'll get to that later.
Oh, that's true. I'm okay. I'm okay. Shit's not on fire, so we're good. Oh, hold on a second. I gotta go get the extinguisher.
Hey, why don't you show us that shirt, buddy? What's that?
Yeah. Check this badass out. Hang on a second. Now I gotta adjust my feet so I can actually sit down. So check that out. So that's Boba Fett riding on the Slave One as if he was like Rat Fink. Got that from tfury.com. They do 24-hour shirts. They do have a gallery where you could go through and buy shirts that have passed, but they are more expensive than if you buy them on their 24-hour run. I've pretty much my entire wardrobe is comprised of shirts from T-Fury by now.
I will say that's the most colorful shirt I've ever seen you in.
Yep. I have a tie-dye shirt.
I've never seen you wear it. Next episode request, please.
Nope. No. It's the shirt that I make the women wear when they come over.
There you go.
On that note, Scott, how you doing?
And that's our sponsor, tfury.com. So
if only we got paid for that.
I'm doing good. Fighting this last-minute cold that had to come into our household after school started. It was inevitable, so I'm on the up and up. Still a little congested, so I apologize if you hear me hawk some shit up tonight.
Are you coming off of that?
Other than what I'm playing tonight.
Wait, are you coming off of that sickness? Because, we all saw each other about 3 hours ago. The last thing I want is to catch what you had.
And y'all were especially close.
Yeah, we were.
I don't need your sloppy seconds. That's what I don't need.
I always like my intimate moments with Ian.
Everybody does have
even though we fight a lot, it's out of love, and you know that.
Opposites attract.
Yeah. Get it.
Hey, John, why don't you follow that up and tell us how you've been?
Yeah, I don't know that I can follow that one. That was just slightly awkward.
I think something's happened since the last time I recorded, right, John?
Yeah, a lot's happened since we recorded last. I've now got a second child.
What? When did this happen?
I know, right?
Quit stealing babies.
These are things that happen. You can adopt them, you give birth to them, or you steal them. I think those are the only two.
I think the whole thing was stealing candy from babies, not stealing babies from Candy.
Damn it.
Candy's pissed, by the way. She's looking for you.
I know. I had a feeling she might be coming around. No, I've got a daughter now, and we are a little busy.
As we hear the background.
Hang on, I've absolutely got to go. Ah, shit, he's throwing up. I'll be off.
All right, dude.
Just mute yourself.
No, just mute yourself. You're good. All right, then he just left.
He'll be back when he's ready to be. Ooh,
yeah.
Damn, I just cranked that thing way up.
Lives
And
of parents.
special guest, our news anchor, editor? I don't know. I can't see his thing yet.
It's
News editor. There we go.
News overlord is what I prefer, but
News
I can go with editor. I can go with editor.
I don't know. Shawn, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you, gentlemen?
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us tonight.
No problem. I'm glad to be on.
Good. Everything going on the up and up?
Oh, yeah. Definitely up and up.
Good.
Life is looking up.
Good. Code is poetry, you know?
Yes, it is. Got this shirt from the WordPress swag shop a while ago.
But you paid for it. How's it swag?
Well, it's a funny story. I actually ordered this shirt, but in the mail I got a blue long sleeve one. And I emailed them back saying, hey, what's going on? I didn't order this. And they're like, oh, no problem. We'll send you the right one. I'm like, okay, do you want this one back? Nah, keep it. So I've got two shirts. And
It was like a buy one, get one offer.
Yeah. On the rare day I wear a long sleeve shirt, I've got that sitting in the closet.
There'll be 3 days you can wear it this year, I'm sure.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
keep in mind he works from home, so he doesn't ever have to go out when it's cold. So
No.
Well, I mean, Taco Bell run or something like that.
You know. So how are you, Jerry?
Oh, hey, I'm doing great. Had a little announcement today at my son's second birthday.
Oh, yeah.
We are having a second son. I'm joining Scott's Club. We're very
Infamous
excited.
second son.
Is that second son going to be infamous or not?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, that was bad.
I know I needed Shawn on this podcast for a while now because he made the same reference I was going to make.
Game references. They're awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, super psyched.
Thank you. Before going into Beer 30, I do want to say kind of a heads up that what we're going to be doing moving forward is actually we're still going to be recording 2-hour-ish episode because we got a lot to talk about with the craft beer portion of our group, and then we've got a lot to talk about with the gaming portion. So what we're going to be doing is more of a part 1, part 2. I'm trying to do a little bit more in post-production for the video that people actually go out there and watch YouTube and give some supplemental information on the screen. If you're still listening by audio, you're not going to miss much. It's just some graphical type stuff that I'm having fun with on Sony Movie Editor. And so we'll be splitting it up into a part 1 and a part 2. Of course, all the information will be in the description and in the description of the RSS feed, so that'll go to all the different podcasts that we're now doing. Stitcher, TuneIn, iTunes, Podfeed, TalkShoe, and I'm probably missing 1 or 2 others. So just wanted to give you that heads up. Description's got plenty of information in it. That being said,
Hey, Super Barley Brothers, what is your favorite beverage?
Beer, 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 I'm going for a beer. Beer, 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 I'm gonna drink some beer. I like drinking beer. Lovely, lovely beer.
we did kind of drink a lot, sampling, not really drinking, sampling beers today. Scott, thank you for taking note of that. Was the Ranger Creek batch at the party, or is that something else?
Yes, that was the first beer that we had that was that sour. I don't think you had that.
No, I did not. That's why. Tell me about the sour.
So the sour actually was Ranger Creek, who's in South Texas. Forgot what city specifically, but every year they do their own special release in a single batch where they brew the beer and then they actually re-ferment it in the bottle. So you do have that yeast at the bottom still left over. So you have to be careful when drinking that beer that you don't want to get that unless you like that.
Bubble butt? I don't think anybody likes the bubble butt.
No. But this was their 9th series. This is the most recent one that just came out this past week, and it is a blackberry sour. And since it was so new and fresh, and these are meant to be aged for years or at least months or whatever, it was pretty fresh. It didn't really have that, spike or that kick to it as far as what a sour to me tasted like. It definitely had the sour texture, that bitter sweet, and the blackberries was definitely a plus. I don't know what you thought, Ian or Shawn.
Well, I'll be upfront with you. That was my second time really drinking on a sour, so I really can't say too terribly much about it. At first, when it was when we first poured it into the solo cups that we were drinking out of, for one, it had more of a sour bite to it than it did as it kind of warmed up and got a little bit more aerated. Other than that, right now my palate is at that point where sours taste like sours. I don't notice a difference. I mean, that's the same way I felt when I first started drinking IPAs. It's like an IPA is an IPA. There's no discerning difference between the two. But as we found out earlier, or at least I noted and talked to Jerry about earlier, there were 2 IPAs that we had that you could tell a big difference between the two. But yeah,
you could.
I didn't really, just sour.
Did you like it, Shawn?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it comes in a close second to the lion's share to the Lakewood second anniversary sour they did.
Good
Oh,
comparison.
damn it. I forgot about that one.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. And then, that was the 3rd sour I've had. The other one I've had was the Prairie Ales Cherry Funk, and that's starting to slip a little bit in my estimation.
I actually had that. So one of the beers that we were going to have tonight that we didn't unfortunately have time to, so I am saving that for another time. But I know that Shawn and Ian had recently was in the past 2 weeks, one of our local breweries that we talk about here often, Lakewood, actually had their French Quarter Temptress tapping, which it's pretty much their Temptress, but the only difference is the coffee beans that they put into the Temptress was aged in oak barrels for 4 months. So it had a really strong coffee bite, but really still a sweet, smooth, milky taste to it. But on that note, when I went to Craft and Growler, was the place that I went to go get the growler fill, I had a Cherry Funk, and I'm with you, man. I don't know if it was just a tart or if it just was a weak. I just wasn't feeling the taste of it. I'm glad I got it in a flight, not a full glass. I barely could even finish it because I was not impressed with the sours that I've had in the past. So glad that we see. I need you on here a lot more. You support me. I appreciate that. But
Are you
what else
saying
we
that
had?
we don't support you?
Oh, I'm not saying that at all. I like my Sony.
You bring it upon yourself, really.
Yes, I do.
You're picking these fights.
Exactly.
Anyways, why don't you go through and kind of like you were about to do?
Yeah, and I'll even tell you guys what I'm drinking right now, which I don't even know if I'm going to finish. I'm not really feeling this. The next one that we have is a Hermitage Brewery. I forgot where they're at, but it was a Mosaic IPA. I'm really a fan of the Mosaic hops. It's supposed to have a really pineapple taste to it. Didn't really get that in this. I got really a strong grapefruit, normal hop flavor out of it, and as Ian was saying when he was drinking it, it was very, very hot. So it was even hoppier than the next beer that we had, which Ian had and his brother had gotten when they went up to
Ohio.
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 Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I'm thinking Lake Erie, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, it was a double IPA, and it was not as strong as this Mosaic, but it had sat for a while, so it wasn't like an Imperial where it could age well, but it was still good. Of course, everybody, Jerry in particular, was saying that I needed my taste buds checked because I was getting a bubblegum flavor out of it for some weird reason.
I picked up a little bit of one when you mentioned that.
I'm telling you, Shawn. Yeah. On the same page,
but I don't know if it was actual taste, if it was that sort of like suggestion bias.
Yeah, see, that's what it was.
Whatever it is, you do need to get a room.
No, but
I do too.
I agree that the Mosaic was definitely hoppier than a double IPA.
And on that note, though, like what I just talked about, though, that double IPA had sat for a while, so the strength of that had died down. I will tell you last night. I'll tell you last night I went to a local bar/restaurant and had 512, which is based out of Austin, their brewery. I had their double IPA, and that almost killed me as far as hoppiness. It gave me cotton mouth by the end because it was just so strong. It gave you that dry taste. I had to drink like 2 glasses of water to get it out of my mouth. It was good, but like I said, real strong. So it just depends. I mean, every brewery's different. I've even had Franconia's double IPA up in McKinney, and it wasn't really as strong as some Imperial IPAs that I've had, or even the Enjoy Buys by Stone. Those are really strong hoppy flavors as well. So it just really depends on the hops and the brewery itself, how they make it. I mean, I'm not the expert on here. But the last beer that we had to, we started our sours, our light beers, and we kept going as far as we could as far as darkness goes.
Darkness.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
A buddy of ours, now I'm cellaring mine, as I think, Ian, you'll be cellaring yours as well, but I think you got 2, so you could still pop open one.
We only got 1.
Deschutes.
Yeah, just the one.
Yeah, we only got the 1.
Okay, so this is by Deschutes, and every year they release their Black Butte anniversary, and this is their 26th anniversary, and it's a Russian Imperial Stout. I don't know about you guys, I'll let you talk about what your impressions were. My impression was it was good. It needed to sit for about 10 minutes, though, because of how cold it was, but I definitely got the coffee, I definitely got the chocolate flavor, but this is one that I definitely would recommend anybody that picks a bottle up, let it age.
Well, I can see where you're coming from, but I actually enjoyed it as it was. Now, granted, maybe it's because we had so many beers on top of it to the point where I was like, just give me some drink in my cup, but I felt that it had a really good full flavor to it, and you're right, when it warmed up a little bit, it did start to the chocolate and the coffee, I think, also was kind of coming out of it a little bit more. As far as aging it, I'm not sure. I think it was the only thing that could probably come out of getting it aged would be that it kind of mutes off a little bit, because it hit kind of strong. So it is one of those things where it would be good to let it age only to mute it, just a little bit. But I don't know if that's what if you want something that's kind of up in there, then drink it flat out.
Yeah. Before I asked Shawn and Jerry to add their thoughts, the beer store that we go to locally here is Choice Beverage, and they do a clean out their back stock every now and then, and they had a mystery beer one day. I want to say it was about 3 or 4 months ago. It was while I was on leave with my son when he was born, so I was at home and I was just checking Twitter and follow him on Twitter, and they said, hey, come by at 4 o'clock, we're gonna give away this mystery beer. And I was like, what is it? And they said, come by, we're not gonna tell you. I'm like, damn it. So I said, yeah, I was like, okay, so it's gotta be a rare. So I'm going to go up there. And I went up there and actually got the Black Butte 25 that had sat there from last year. And I did drink that about a week or two later. Definitely what you're talking about, though. It's settled. And that's what I'm probably going to end up, like I said, that why I want to age this one is I loved how everything just mellowed out, like you said. Because right when I took a sip of that Black Butte, it was just power. And just it knows what it's trying to do is knock you on your and just the flavors and the intensity was just overwhelming to me, and I was just like, oh, all right, I'm going to set you down real quick. It might have been just because of the other beers that we were drinking, but I set that down. I was like, I'm going to enjoy some of this chocolate cake, and I'll like sip it while I take this chocolate cake, because it was a good pairing, of course. What do you think, Shawn?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I didn't have as much because I was having to drive, and so I didn't need to be loading up on any more, but I was definitely enjoying it. Got a really nice kind of chocolatey, smooth, velvety texture, and then, the nose had cherries in it, which I really enjoyed.
What about you, Jerry?
It was tasty and I liked it. It wasn't an IPA.
As a beer, I drink it is good.
So what I'm drinking tonight, just to
Wait, we're missing one. What was the pumpkin one?
I'll let Ian talk about that, because Ian, that's his.
Oh, that's my jam.
That's one of the holy trinity of this month, or the Oktoberfest. So let me, I'll have him talk about that after I tell him about my piece of shit that I'm drinking right now. So I'm trying to finish out this beer camp that I got from Nevada, Sierra Nevada.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm drinking the 3 and Back, which is an English-style bitter. And I guess I'm just not a fan because, damn, is it bitter. And it tastes like I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So one of our buddies that was at this little shindiggery that we were doing actually got a hold of a 4-pack of Dogfish Head's pumpkin ale. And this was the first pumpkin ale that I had ever had. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like that one sits really high up for me. So, we made sure that we split that out between everybody that was there. Now, granted, again, we were drinking out of solo cups so that the flavor wasn't perfect. And we'd been putting drink on drink on drink on drink, rinsing the cups out afterwards and whatnot. But man, that is one of the best. Unfortunately, it is one of those ones that kind of shows up and then goes away because it's so popular that if you don't get it when it shows up, then you're probably not going to get your hands on it for a while. But yeah, the label that they have on it this year it's really cool. It's got like this like teddy bear biting into a pumpkin. It looks really demonic. But yeah, it is so it is a light ale, as I stated, a pumpkin ale, but it's got the proper pumpkin like spices and seasoning and things along those lines. Scott was talking about earlier, he had one where, what was it, you had like you had whipped cream on the side and you were kind of mixing the two together.
Yeah, that's what I like to do in bed at night. No, the place that I was at last night. Yes, thank you.
Just for two.
Bar/restaurant that I was at last night, they had a lot of craft beer, and one of the craft beers that they had was the Southern Tier Pumpkin. And I didn't pick up a bottle of that when I went to Choice. I had to get my Warlock, and I was like, I never really was a true fan of the pumpkin, at least last year when I had it. I just wasn't really feeling the pumpkin flavor out of it. I don't know if it's just because Warlock, amazed me so much more. But anyways, I was like, okay, I'll give it another shot. Maybe it's better on tap. And yeah, it's like drinking liquid pumpkin pie. And we had a dessert with our meal that night, and it came with a side of whipped cream. And I thought to myself, I should take a little dollop of this whipped cream, put it in my mouth, just like you would if you were pairing dark chocolate with stouts or anything like that, or nuts with some, ales and stuff like that. The pairings are pretty good. And so I took a little bit of the whipped cream, put it in my mouth, and yeah, this is going to sound as, sexual innuendo to the max, but I put it in my mouth, let it sit a little bit, and then I took the pumpkin and just put it a little bit, swigged it in my mouth, and I combined the two and
music right here.
And just let it
Right here.
And I'll let it just go down.
Slide down your throat.
Yeah, it's So this is what I don't understand is, like, if they serve these beers, I mean, if I was a bar owner, now, I could always probably just ask for it and they would do it for me, but it's like, if you put, like you would on a root beer float or anything like that, and you put whipped cream at the top, if they put whipped cream at the top of that beer, you would have dessert, and that's my tip of the week or
fucking
whatever.
slap the shit out of somebody. If they put that much whipped cream on the top of my beer. I can understand having a plate that has the whipped cream and then placing the plate on top. That way you have the option. You put that shit directly in my beer, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
Dude.
I get pissed off when I can only order like Blue Moon and they come
With
and
an
they got that
orange.
fucking orange wedge hanging on the side of it.
What
It's
they
like,
need to do is a pint glass with the beer and then a can of Ready Whip.
There you go. And they actually did serve at this restaurant as well, so FYI to you guys, because I told you the name of this place.
Mhm.
They have a temptress float.
Oh, yeah.
I almost was going to get it, but then I was like, nope, this is
Hey,
good for me.
we've got our next event. I want to try that.
Yeah, a temptress float would be incredible.
Ian, sir,
yeah.
what you got going into your gullet?
Tonight, I am rocking. That's a really good question. Who the fuck makes this? Wasatch? What? I'm not even saying this right. WASATCH is the brewery. What I'm drinking on is the Black-O-Lantern Pumpkin Stout, brewed with pumpkin and spices. It's a very cool looking bottle. I dig it. It's actually, the artwork is, for those of you who are listening and not watching, it's a black pumpkin that has been, jack-o'-lantern-fied with the nice, nasty, gnashing teeth. So it's really cool. John's actually got a review for this beer up on the site.
What's that site address?
That site address would be superbarleybrothers.com. Please click, come on by, and read.
It's going to be right here the whole time, so click on it.
I'm clicking. Nothing's happening.
It opened in a new window.
Damn it. Oh, fucking Internet Explorer. I am going to say, though, that I have to agree with John's review. I'm not going to say what he said in it, because you need to go read it. He did some elegant writing.
Do some elegant talking.
No, not at all. But yeah, I mean, it's not kicking me. It's not ringing my bell. But it's like the 18th fucking drink I've had today. So whatever. Right now, I'm just trying to keep the buzz going until this is over, and I'm gonna fall the fuck asleep watching Captain America.
You going to watch Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
I just got that. We haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
I got it. It came in on a couple of days after release day. I ordered it from Best Buy because I had a bunch of those little coupons for being part of the little group. And it was really funny, too, because I got it, and then my son was over for the weekend. I was like, oh, check it out. We got Winter Soldier. He's like, It's like, you want to watch that on Saturdays? I want to watch Iron Man 3.
Shut down.
Okay. I think this movie's way better, but we'll watch Iron Man 3 as long as I can play with the Legos. Shawn, what are you drinking on?
Oh, well, after all the good stuff we had today, I thought I'd keep it rolling with Warsteiner Oktoberfest. In case you don't know, Warsteiner is an official sponsor of the European Golf Tour. So it's definitely vetted beer. It's good beer. I mean, I'm sure the golfers drink it when they're putting.
Whacking them balls.
Yep.
But it's I think out of all the flavoring or all the flavors that Warsteiner has, it's definitely the most flavorful.
Well, they've only got the lager, the dunkel, and that one, right?
Yeah, this bad boy, and then I think the Oktoberfest you can find till January.
Yeah. What was it? The first year we found it, we were like super friggin' jazzed. We're like, yeah, and then like for the next 2 months, we're like, hey, look, it's
still here.
Still here. Well, that's not special at all.
Oh,
that's just another fucking version.
So what are you drinking, Cherry?
Well, I always talk about how this is my favorite time of the year, and Mr. Sam Adams is what introduced me to this time of year. So I thought I'd bring him back for an Oktoberfest. I love him. He's so good to me. And then I've got a pumpkin ale on standby just in case.
Really?
Yeah. Not Sam. Somebody else. I forget.
Oh, I was about to flip my damn shit.
What? Sam's got a pumpkin ale too.
Yeah.
And something else in like that Harvest collection I keep seeing.
I can't remember. I know I can see the label that you're talking about, but I can't remember what it is.
I just, even but Blue Moon has a pumpkin beer, and it's just, it's not the same.
Mm-mm.
It's not a whole hog. It's not a pumpkinator. It's not a dogfish head.
I'm trying to be open and try different things.
And this is why you poured one of those IPAs back into my glass?
It was gross to me. Shut up. You were like, I'll take that, no problem.
Oh, what am I gonna say? No, fucker, drink it, because it would just sat around and gotten stagnant, and then eventually someone would have thrown it away. See, that's why you should shut your door, Shawn.
I thought I did.
So you will. Oh, puppy. So
That is not
Jerry,
a
you
puppy.
will be. So Jerry, you will be trying before, or at least before the end of the year. I'll make sure that you at least try it. We've got to get you to try the Pumpkin and the Warlock from Southern Tier just to kick you off into the pumpkin flavored brews.
Let's do it.
So.
Welcome to Brew University. There is more to beer than just drinking it, so we take a few moments to do some educating. So bust out that pen and paper and take some notes. There will be a pop quiz at the end. Bottoms up.
Not trying to take the lead on this, but since our friend John had to unexpectedly leave, and we wish his son the best since he did get sick, do you guys know the origin of Oktoberfest? I just whipped this up.
Oh, I'm so glad you didn't say I just whipped this out.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, its origins start in Germany. It's like
that's
a
obvious.
harvest type celebration.
All right, yes, it did start in Munich, but I will go ahead and read this to you real quick as part of our, whatever this section's called,
Brew
Beer 30,
45.
Brew 45. My apologies to our document person on here. Sorry. Oktoberfest began on October 12th, 1810, with the marriage of Crown Prince Ludwig, who later became King Ludwig I. His marriage to Princess Therese von Sachsen-Hildburger-Holstein, I totally butchered that, was celebrated in Bavaria. On October 17th, 5 days after the marriage, a large fest was held in front of the Sindlinger Tor, one of the gates leading to Munich. Included in the festivities were horse races that became an Oktoberfest custom, lasting until 1938. In 1811, an agricultural fair was added, and by 1818, beer pubs were included along with performers. It became a great tourist attraction and a way for visitors to learn about Bavaria and its people. Today, do you guys know why it's celebrated in September?
Because it makes no sense to celebrate it in September when it's called Oktoberfest.
Because they're trying to push out the pumpkin beers as soon as possible.
Because
Good
Christmas.
guess. Today, Munich Oktoberfests are held in September because the weather is milder than the experience in October. In Munich, the fest lasts for 16 days, beginning on a Saturday in September and always ending on the first Sunday in October. Although the horse racing ended in 1938, the other event continued through the years with the exception of wartime. So I guess during World War II and stuff.
I was really looking forward to the horse races next week in McKinney. That's sad.
Well, we can still do that.
Oh, we just...
I'm sure the McKinney cops will be pissed off when we knock them off and start racing with their horses.
we should all
We
just
go to
get
dogs and
those
hogs.
horse head masks and just run around downtown.
Ooh, that's a really good idea. You know what we should do is bring all the kids and put them on our backs, and then put on the horse heads and then do the running around.
Dude, I would totally do that. Where do we get horse heads?
Well,
Like the masks, not real ones. I
was going to tell you about this mafia connection I got.
No.
So there are 6 major Munich brewers that do support and sponsor. And what was the one that you're drinking tonight? Oh, no, you said the European Golf Tour is what you're drinking tonight, Shawn. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's not drinking a golf tour, dumbass.
Well, I mean the brewery. All right, the 6 major Munich brewers are
Oktoberfest.
the 6 major Munich brewers are Hackerpschor. I'm part German and I'm really not doing a good German accent. Lowenbrau, Spaten,
Spaten,
Hofbrauhaus,
Hofbrau,
Haas. Oh, is it just Brau? Oh, okay, my bad.
Hofbrau.
Augustina and Paulaner.
Yes.
There you go. There is your.
Please, German listeners out there, we don't mean to offend you.
I apologize.
We're American and stupid.
Oh, wait, hold on. If we're going to not offend them, then Ich haben großen Monster einer meiner Hosen.
And also, don't listen to the podcast on part 2 in about. I have some German offenses that I'll be talking about in the game that I'm playing.
Oh.
Stay tuned.
He's been playing Watch Dogs. I mean, Wolfenstein. I'm still drunk from Friday night's pool excursions. Excursions. That's...
So what happened Friday? since it relates to beer.
Kind of, sort of doesn't.
Okay, fine. I don't want to talk about it.
I'll talk about it.
No, forget it.
No, I had a buddy of mine. We got together and we went and played pool down at Rack Daddy's in Plano. They have a really wicked happy hour. Wicked. It's fucking wicked, man. So we have a bunch of Crown and Cokes, like probably about 5 or 6 each. And then as soon as that's over, we usually do a Blood and Honey and a Temptress. And then we go over to his house and then we drink from his stash. We had Fireman number 4 and Clown Shoes Clementine.
What kind of beer is the Clementine?
As far as I can recall, because keep in mind I've had quite a bit to drink that night, it was a white ale type of drink. It did have a very citrusy, kind of light lager type of flavor to it. I couldn't read the bottle at all.
That bad, huh?
No, it took me a while to figure out what it said when reading Clementine. It's like, what the hell is this? I haven't got it. Okay, Clementine. She will remember that I forgot her name.
It is a white ale. You are correct. It is technically a wit beer, but it is a white ale. Very good.
No, some of my shit. But, Scott, I'm very disappointed in you. I made a Walking Dead reference, and it totally flew right the fuck over your head.
What did you say?
I said, Clementine will remember that I forgot her name.
Oh.
Yeah.
I only started episode 1 of season 2. I haven't finished it.
So you did finish. Oh, no. Yeah.
I know. We'll get into video games. I'm sorry. I should have.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that actually hurt.
Well, don't do
that. So, Jerry.
What's up? What's next? Where's the duck?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Start talking.
Oh, that sucks. I'm going to edit that out, probably.
Oh, no.
Anyways, so before we wrap up the beer brew section, I just wanted to say that eventually this will be out. I'm writing a small series of like a beer 101. We talk about, the Oktoberfest. We talk about the IPAs. We talk about ales and things like that. So I'm actually going to be doing a lot of research, not only for this series of articles, but just for myself. So when I talk to these chaps, I'm not a complete ass. But it just gives you some information about the different types of beers and things of that nature. I have a Beer 101 series. Eventually that'll be out there, and I might bring that into the Brew 45 if we need some fillers. But other than that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Thank you for tuning into the Super Barley Brothers. If you enjoyed what you heard in or saw, please let us know by subscribing, liking, rating, commenting, and or sharing. Check out our website for more content such as video podcasts, gameplay videos, written reviews, video reviews, news, and much more. Come find us on the interwebs on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, and YouTube. You can email the show at podcast@superbarleybros.com. You can capture our podcast several different ways. YouTube, RSS feed, iTunes, so TuneIn, Stitcher, TalkShoe, Podfeed.
Thanks for playing.